Hi everyone, Sue here from Scott Properties Group Buyers Agents. Today I have Kylie with me and she has very kindly agreed to give her story about how she wanted to buy a new property for her as an empty nester and with a future opportunity to potentially have a good rental return from that. So Kylie, the story.
Well, I had been living in my property that I owned in Majimba for some time, and the kids had moved out of home, and I really wanted to have something a bit smaller, more central. So I was fortunate enough to already know Sue, and I didn't know much about buyers agents at the time, but I talked to her and I knew that I was very time poor with trying to find something myself. Immediately, she was able to give me the confidence that she understood what I was looking for. I talked to her about the areas that I was considering. She was very realistic about the prices that I would expect to pay in the market. And what was great for me was I didn't have to do all the groundwork. She looked at multiple properties for me and came up with the creme de la creme, so I could actually just see the things I wanted to see.
I think the interesting thing too was that you had already seen a property.
Yes.
In one of your areas of interest, and I remember the conversation. You said, "Oh,
Yeah.
I'm prepared to put an offer on it without even seeing it."
Yes.
And that's, if you're able to view it is just a simple answer. And I'm so glad that you did, because when we got in there, we all know real estate photos are not always 100%, and that's just how it has been forever. But this particular property you liked. When we actually got inside, it was really pokey.
Very small, and
a lot of money for what it was.
Yeah.
And it just wasn't right.
Location, but not great.
No. So
Tick the boxes.
So then we had this very good opportunity, which Kylie will explain, to purchase a brand new, never lived in luxury apartment in Maroochydore. So that's where we ended up working with Mandy, I went to see the property on the Friday afternoon, and the agent hadn't actually seen it. She was going to list it, but she hadn't. And I walked in, or Simon and I both walked in, and said, "I can see Kylie in here." And I sent you some photos, and I actually was so confident, and I don't do that all the time, but I was very confident that it would actually be the right property, and I actually said to the agent, "Can you bring a contract tomorrow so that we can negotiate on it?" And we did, and we went to the pub for an hour or two, didn't we?
We did.
Because the current owners were actually, I think, on their way back from Brisbane or somewhere, and we actually went and said, "Look, no, where should we go? So we went to one of the pubs in Maroochydore, and it was like waiting on this phone call, because we'd obviously put the contract together, and it was just like, oh hi, yeah, okay, all good. And it was like, "You've got your apartment."
What was really great, and what I found so amazing, was even though Sue and I, previous to that apartment, had looked at quite a few things, and we were like, no. But she rang me up when she'd organised for us to go to that inspection, and she said, "Kylie, you're going to be signing a contract today." And I trusted her, and I knew that she knew exactly what I wanted. And yes, I walked in and we signed a contract. And what was amazing was the people that bought the property off the plan had paid a significant amount more. It took a long time for it to be built, and their circumstances had changed and they just wanted things to move on. At the point of time where I bought the property was December 2020, and the market on the Sunshine Coast was getting very, very hot. They paid $585 off the plan. Sue was able to negotiate the $535 asking price for me, which was probably at the top end of my budget. And an hour and a half after inspecting the property and signing the contract, we're sitting there having a drink in the car, going, yes! It was amazing, and I've spoken to so many people I know about how much money Sue saved me by going through her, and yeah.
Next one coming on now.
Thank you.
My pleasure.
So good. Just amazing.
Okay, guys. Well, thank you for that. I hope you enjoyed that. Thanks, Kylie. And see you next time. Bye.